Today we are going to discuss the experiment of the common power supply. Since we know that power is the backbone of any electronic system and the power supply is a supply that feeds the system. And the primary function of a power supply is to convert the electric current from a source to the correct voltage, current in magnitude terms, and frequency to power the load. A power supply takes the alternating current from the wall outlet, converts it to the unregulated direct current, and reduces the voltage using an input power transformer, typically stepping it down to the voltage required by the load. For safety reasons, the transformer also separates the output power supply from the mains input. The main stages of this kind of supply the power input, the mains plug socket. The power from this is fed into a rectifier which converts the alternating current into the direct current. Then there is a switch which is used to have the options of rectifier, whether we can have a full wave rectifier or a half wave rectifier. Like a single diode will give me a half wave rectification and two diodes will give me a full wave rectification that we have already studied in our previous classes. Then these rectified output contains some alternating current in impurities. So we need a filter circuit to filter them, and after filtration we get the so basically a circuit for a common power supply. You can see that the AC from the wall socket is fed to a transformer. This is a step down transformer. It step downs this alternating current to a desired voltage, alternating current, and this stepped low alternating current is fed into the rectifier that consists of two diodes. It can also have four diodes like a bridge rectifier, but in our present experiments we will be using only two diodes. Diode for one direction and other for the reverse direction. As you can see, this was also an alternating current and the current we get from the transformer is also alternating. Now, after this rectification, we get a current having oscillations in the positive direction only. And these oscillations indicate that this is a mixture of the alternating and the direct current. Now we are required to remove the alternating components from this. So we use a filter circuit. After filtration, we get a nearly straight line that is for a direct current. And after this stage, there is another stage of voltage regulation that makes it a perfect straight line, that is a perfect direct current. In the present experiment, we will not be dealing with this voltage regulation stage. We will be only concerned with the filtration, the rectification, the filtration, and after filtration, we will be feeding it to the load. And the load we will be using will be a resistance in our case. We should start with the process of rectification. In a rectification, the alternating current takes the form of a sinusoidal wave with the voltage alternating from positive to negative over time. It's a sinusoidal wave. In the first step of the process, the voltage is rectified using a set of diodes. Like I told you, we use two diodes to rectify it. The rectification transforms the sinusoidal alternating current into the direct into a sine waves into a series of positive peaks. These are the positive peaks. Once the voltage has been rectified, there is still fluctuation in the waveform. These are fluctuations. The time between the peaks that needs to be removed, the rectified AC voltage is then filtered or smoothed with a capacitor. Basically with a capacitor, there are other options also. For filtration, that is for the removal of the peaks, we have two options. The one is an L-type filter, that is also called the choke input filter. This is, you can see, this is a choke and this is a capacitor. This is making a shape of an English alphabet, capital L. That is why it is called L section. The other option is that the incoming current is fed into a capacitor first, then into the choke, and then another capacitor. This resembles the pi Roman Greek alphabet, and so it is called pi section. The principle is simple, that the choke coils offers very high resistance to the AC component, so it prohibits the AC component to go from going ahead, whereas the capacitor has very high impedance for the DC ones, so it will prevent DC to bypass. In the experiment, we connect the circuitry like this. There's a 220-volt AC coming from the main power supply. This is fed to a transformer. The transformer is a step-down transformer. It reduces the low voltage to 6 volt in your case. This is not 9, this is 6 in your case. And the transformer used is having a number of 606. There are three output ends of the transformer. These two are the positive ends, and there is a central tapping that is connected to the ground. For first half cycle, end is positive, and for the second half cycle, this end is positive. We are also provided with a switch here. When the switch is open, only one diode is connected, and it behaves like a half-wave rectifier. When the switch is closed, both the diodes are connected. For the first half cycle, this is conducting. For the second half cycle, this is conducting. And this behaves like a full wave rectifier. Now the current from this, the rectified output, is fed into this filtered circuit. We connect the voltmeter in such a way that the ground is connected to the common terminal of this voltmeter, and there is a three-way key for this, and the connections are switchable. We can connect the other terminal of the voltmeter to E and F respectively. If we want to measure the voltage before filtration, we will connect this terminal to E. If we want to measure the current after filtration, we will connect this terminal to F. Milliamp, this is connected to a load provided with variable resistance, so that the load current can be varied from this resistance, and corresponding load current is measured in a milliammeter, which is connected in series to the load. Since I told you that we are having here two options, one is the half wave rectification when only one diode is connected, and one is the full wave rectification when both the diodes are connected. So we will be having two observation tables, one for the half wave rectification, other for the full wave rectification. From this variable resistance, we start with the value 0. We start with the 0 value of the load current, and will vary this load current into steps. And correspondingly, we will be noting the voltage in the voltmeter before filtration, EG. After filtration is FG. For L type of filter, there is a switch provided here. If we open the switch, this is L type filter. If we close the switch, this capacitor is also connected, so it becomes a pi type filter. So we note the voltages for both the L and pi type filters. Both the voltages before filtration and after filtration. Similar procedure is adopted for the full wave rectification. And after that, we plot graphs for it, and we also calculate the percentage voltage regulation. For each load current, we have a different percentage voltage regulation. Voltage at no load is the voltage when the load current is zero, and full load is that at a particular load current. So we will be getting the voltage regulation at each of the load current steps that we have taken. And we will formulate the result obtained from this formula into a table, the load currents we have taken, and the voltage regulations for the L type, Y type filters for both half and full wave rectifications. These are the precautions, general precautions that we have to take while performing the experiment. That's, and I think by this presentation, we will be able to do the practical in the lab. And the word of caution that the practical should be done only under the supervision of your teacher. Thanks for a patient listening.